All right. Let me go on here live and let's just do a check real quick. Make sure that all systems are go. All right. Listen, we're getting good, folks. It used to take us about a minute, ladies and gentlemen, to do a sound check. We just did it in 12 seconds, folks. You know what? I think it may be Dr. T on here that you brought the goodness. I think it's your vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show today. And if you just tune in, first of all, let me pull these things up. If you just tune in, please like and share and invite if you care. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about. Behind these two walls right here, I have Dr. Tylisha Johnson. She is an amazing entrepreneur, coach, and she's just doing extraordinary things through video, through poetry, through just transforming people's lives with inspiration and empowerment. And we're going to get into this thing called change. Dr. T, you there? They can't see us right now. We're behind a wall. We're like the
Wiz.
You're behind the wall. You're behind there though.
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Hi.
Ladies and
Good evening.
Welcome to the FitWorld Live at 9 show. The show is a magical flow, and by the end of the show, you'll know more than you know. You know, every single time we get on here, people learn something. And even if they heard the information, when they hear it the second time, it falls on the soil a little bit different. You know what I mean, Dr. T?
Absolutely.
And so there she is, folks. Can I call you Dr. T for the rest of this interview?
Absolutely.
I love Dr. T. I wish I was a doctor so I can have that initial. You know, it's something about, first of all, why are you a doctor? Why are you a doctor?
Well, I have my doctorate in business administration. Also have my master's in business administration, but it's something that I was led to do, led of the Lord to do. And so I've always loved education. And I always say that, you know, if I had an opportunity, I'd probably go back and be like a surgeon or something.
I love it. And, you know, I don't spend too much time watching videos on Facebook. I just don't have that much time. The videos I do watch, you know, they have to be somewhat edutainment kind of stuff. So, you know, educational, entertaining, you know, something that pricks me. And I watch your videos, and I see your vision and mission, and I'm inspired by it. So we're going to inspire the people today. We're going to talk about change. But first, why don't you share a little bit about you? And first of all, why you do what you do, and who you are.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So I love that question of my why and my who. I always start out with who. And so who I am is Dr. Tylisha Johnson. First and foremost, I am an overcomer and more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus. That is who I am. And my purpose in life is to help people to optimize their potential and to soar beyond the limits in both business and life. And so my optimal purpose is really to transform people. That's my message, is transformative messages that will help people to optimize their potential and really overcome any limitations. The whole soar beyond the limits has the whole eagle effect. As you can see with my business or Transcending Horizons Enterprises. It's really based on that. But honestly, I've been doing this all of my life. Even prior to establishing my business, I have been helping people to overcome limitations in every area of their life. I've always been a person who encourages people to activate people, to inspire people, and also motivate people to aspire higher in their lives. And so I've been through a lot in my life. My testimony is fairly lengthy, but I can tell you all glory goes to God because He keeps me in my right mind. And so I am and the reason why I kind of start out with the overcomer and more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus, because the rest of it is really roles in which I function. Okay.
I love it.
So if I tell you that I am a youth pastor, which I am, that's the role in which I function. in the kingdom of God.
Mm.
And so I've been ordained to be able to do that. And so if I tell you that that is a role, right?
Right. Right.
And I tell you that I am a teacher, I've been a teacher, that is a role. And so I'm a poet, that's another role.
Mm.
And so it's still a role that is really a platform to be able to demonstrate the gifts that God has put on the inside of me. So everyone has different roles that they play in their lives. The reasons why is really the purpose that he put on the inside of you. And so that determines exactly what roles you are going to play in life.
Mm.
If you follow it, if you follow the gifts that are on the inside.
If you follow the gifts, they will make room for you, I heard.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. You talking about poetry, huh? So I heard something the other day too. I heard something. It's always, as an artist, you always find these artists undercover. You always find these artists undercover, and you're like, really? I did not know that, because you would never know. Like, you don't know, and then you hear it, like, oh wow, and then you instantly relate, because I know for me, 90% of everything that comes out it comes from in here.
Yes.
It comes from in here, and really, it's a way for it's therapeutic, honestly. And be selfish for a minute. It's really therapy for myself, but then it winds up being therapy for others, because when your test that creates a testimony helps get people through their tests.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we're put on this planet to do, is to find a way to use our struggles, our stories, to help people find their glory. Let's talk about this. You have a poem for us today.
Yes.
Got a poem. I'm excited to hear this poem. Well, first of all, where did it come from?
Ooh, well, actually, I've been writing for 6 years, or actually, it'll be 7. 2011 was a very traumatic time for me. My son, who was 11 years old, he passed away. He had leukemia. And that was the first time, the week before he passed away, which was on Mother's Day, I woke up with my very first poem in my spirit, and it was called A Mother's Love. And so he passed away on May 18th of 2011. So it will be 7 years that he will be gone and home with the Lord. And so therapeutic, like you were saying, I've been writing ever since, and I've lost count. I probably have well over 50 poems that I've written about different things. A lot of them are expressions of the heart, sentiments of the heart, and so that's why my pen name and my stage name is Sentimental, because it was expressions of my heart, of feelings that I had. So I just plan to just keep writing and just whatever, it's never anything that I intended to share.
Yeah.
And last year, at the end of last year, God just, he really unctioned me to share with the world. And so I started to do so.
Wow. Susan Day said, I'm sorry, love.
Yeah.
I know that's tough. I don't, you go through some things and there is no answer, but there is no answer. But you become somebody, and through the process, you do some amazing development that only you and God understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was transformational, it was transformational. He was sick for 9 months, in the hospital for 9 months. He was perfectly healthy before that. But that time, for my family, of course, it was a very pivotal time. But it was very much transformational. That's why on my logo for Sentimental is a butterfly And that metamorphosis is something that I really hold on to, because I believe that we go through several of them. Major changes, things happen in our lives. And if you research the butterfly, then you will know that the time in the cocoon is very traumatic and also very painful. And there's many things that happen inside of the cocoon. But one thing I think that it is important is that that you take your lessons and your blessings no matter what you go through. You need to make sure that you take both your lessons in that time and also your blessings in that time. Because we know that, all of those things will work together for your good and for God's glory, for those that are called according to his purpose and who love him.
Listen, if you tune in, if you're feeling that, please type in glory. Just type glory right there in the comments right there if you are feeling that.
Don't start nothing, Coach.
Come on, type that glory. Glory is in the story. You're talking about cocoons now. I love illustrations and parables now, because it's tough inside that cocoon. It's tough, isn't it? And it's tough while we're going through our developmental process as well, and what God's taking us through. But when we come out,
yes,
when we come out,
yes,
the brightest colors, the biggest blessings.
Yes, so beautiful.
And that's what our Lord does. That's what he does for us. He just wants us to endure. He wants us to be endure the change. And unfortunately, a lot of us run from it because it hurts. It's uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
And who wants to be uncomfortable?
That's right.
Right? But I think it's important when you understand where you're going, it makes the journey a lot easier to travel.
Absolutely.
See, and I know as a coach, you help people. Probably one of the first things you do is have people get a goal, find out what they're looking at.
Definitely.
Right. What is your process? When you meet with somebody, and what is for the first things that you try to get to in order to create this clarity for them?
Well, I do what's called an assessment.
Okay.
And what I do is I ask them for their puzzle box lid, the lid to their puzzle box, because nobody's going to put together a puzzle 1,500 pieces, 2,000 pieces without the lid to the box.
Ooh.
So for as much, I know we speak the same language. We really do. We speak the same language, Coach. When I listen to you, I'm like, wow, because we literally speak the same language.
Bring that language back again, please. Bring that back.
So I asked them for the lid to their puzzle box.
That is
so, you're not going to put together a puzzle. I mean, nobody in their right mind. I know I don't have that kind of time in my life. You just going to throw some pieces on the table.
Yeah.
Not show me what the picture's supposed to look like. I'm just going to tell you, I can't help you with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I asked them to show me that as much as possible. Because, see, when God gives us a vision, he really does show us as much of the vision in its fullness as we can handle. I'll say that. Because I believe that it evolves over time. But he shows us as much of that in picture that we can handle where we won't run. If we want to run, we're like, oh, that's big. Oh, that must be for somebody else. I'm not sure that that's for me.
Right.
And so while you may want to run after you see that picture, it's still something that we can handle. We say, okay, but I want to see what is that? What does it look like? And then I tell them, articulate it without the constraints of time or money.
Okay. Oh.
So, yes. So it becomes in their mind all of the limitations that they perceive. Because remember, in God, there are no limits.
Right.
There are no limits in him. He's unlimited. So he's not limited to time. He's in eternity. And he owns everything.
Right. Right.
So those two constraints that we tend when we articulate our vision, we say, well, first and second and third. No, I don't want that. I want you to show me at the end what your legacy, what will speak for you. What is the footprint that you are going to leave in this earth? What is your legacy? What is your life mission? So I was able to articulate who I am, what I do, the platforms in which I do it on. So I am able to let you know the gifts that I have to bring to the table, because I didn't know I had that gift, Coach.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'd never written a poem before, but it took trauma.
Wow.
It took trauma. It took an earthquake in my life to open that up. And when it was opened up and exposed, then it just flowed out. It just flowed out. You know that the rivers of living water. It just flowed out. And so I had to embrace that person, because that's why she has her own name. And this is how I start talking in third person. I'm not crazy, okay? Just a little bit.
I'm about to say it's okay. It's okay because I talk to myself and occasionally answer. So
I answer all the time. I talk and answer. Whole conversations.
Yep.
And so, with that, I had to come to a place, because I really didn't know who she was. I really didn't know I had this given. She was so very different than the teacher. She wasn't the teacher. She wasn't the pastor, and she wasn't the business strategist. So I had to get to know, this side of me.
Yeah.
And this, the gift. So I said, we evolve. We don't know. Only the manufacturer knows what he put in you.
Right.
He's the only one. Isn't that exciting, though,
That's
to
super
think
exciting.
that you may have more inside, Coach?
Man. I tell
you think
what,
you've seen it all.
It immediately takes those psychological shackles and breaks them.
Yes.
It breaks them. And you said it. We put them on ourselves. Like, we put the limitations on ourselves. And I love the way you said, I make them speak their vision. I'm paraphrasing. You said something about speaking their vision without any financial restraints. Like, take that away, because ultimately it is a way. It's a way. And
time as well. Time as well. Because if someone were to come to you and say, okay, Coach, how much do you need to just to make your everything, your vision come true today?
1.5 million.
How much you need? I'm going to write you a check.
1.5 million.
I'm glad you know. Okay. I'm glad you know, because you thought about it and you planned it out. And so you're one of the smart ones. We all need to be ready and prepared for a philanthropist to walk up, and you better have that number and be able to articulate what it is. Hey, we don't know, it may come to us with, favor. So we have to be able to articulate. We got to know where we are going. And so being able to put that down on paper, it takes all of the limitations, and it says, you know what, this thing is possible. Because a lot of times, unfortunately, people's businesses die with them.
Yeah.
Their businesses, everything, it dies with them. And if you didn't write a book, then you really are gone off the face of the earth. Or if you don't have a video or whatever, because eventually, your generations will, may die out. People that knew your story and that are continuing to tell your story, eventually the children's children and all of your greats eventually don't know the story anymore.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm sure we have ancestors where we just don't know the story anymore. No one passed it down to us. So, we want to be able to be diligent about setting up that successor and that succession plan to leave our legacy in this earth.
Man. Wow. Joy, thanks for tuning in. Joy, Cynthia, Carla, appreciate you guys tuning in.
Hey!
We are hanging out here. I got Dr. T, Alicia. She is a leader, a business strategist, just doing amazing things for the people of the kingdom and building
Yeah.
their mind, body, and spirit up. Yes, a youth pastor, but child of God first.
Yes.
Child of God first, everything else comes after that. And so if you're tuning in right now, thank you very much. Definitely share this out because there's going to be some nuggets on here, I'm sure, some seeds that are going to fall into the soil and produce some really good fruit. We're talking about change, but before that we were talking about just how to really keep yourself stable and be ready and open for whatever God's going to do. And being ready in and out of season. And so
Yes.
one of the things, let's go with this word called change. Change is difficult. It's difficult because it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
But you can't get to summer while you're still in spring. And so
Yes.
in order for you to transition and move and go to the next level, there's going to be some change. And I'm going to tell you, if it has any value, guys, it's going to have some level of difficulty to it. And unfortunately, some of the most difficult times create the most miraculous, beautiful moments.
Wow. Yeah.
As we're about to witness right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to say yesterday, my message title, because I did deliver the message yesterday, was Position for His Glory. Position for His Glory. Difficult but necessary.
I saw that.
Difficult. We go through these things. They're difficult, but they're necessary because it's things that has to be stripped off of us.
Woo.
There's things that we got to go through that refiner's fire.
Go through that again.
And we can use all kinds of analogies.
Wow.
We got to go through that cocoon, the metamorphosis process. We got to go through, I don't care if you want to be a diamond. Okay, we'll use a diamond. You got to get the coal. The coal has to be chipped away. We can use that clay. And, you have to be shaped and molded. So the Bible is full of these analogies, or, maybe a pearl. All of these things have to go through a type of a process before it becomes the best showing, or the most, has the most impact or potential. It lives up to its potential.
Wow.
Wow. Isn't that good? Isn't that good?
That's fascinating.
You have to change. You have to go through these processes so that you can live up to the potential that God put in you. Wow. So no matter how painful, outside of your comfort zone, because that's not where it happens. Sorry.
Right.
It doesn't happen inside the comfort zone.
Yeah. It does not.
Nothing I've ever achieved or nothing I've ever done was inside of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is the beach. Let's just be honest. This is where I want to be. I'm going to tell you right now. I want to be on the beach. Okay. I'll still minister on the beach, Coach. I'll still minister because I can't stop preaching. Okay. But that's it. That's my life.
You hit it on the head. You said that is 100%. That's my vision. That's it. The beach. As a matter of fact, so here's my vision. I make empowering music and videos that inspire people to live healthier, more prosperous lives. Like that's my vision. On the beach. Okay? On the beach.
Yeah.
I live on the beach. As a matter of fact, I'm building a house by the beach with the windows all around so I can see the beach.
Yes. And hear the waves when you sleep.
There's something about let me just take you guys over here for something. There's something about the beach.
Yes. Yes.
It just does something for you chemically on the inside.
Absolutely.
But before you go to your poem, you were touching on something about change and development and the difficulty and the pain, and but you have to go through the pain. I was reading something, listening to a story about the lobster and how the lobster he was little, and as he's growing, he outgrows his shell. The shell gets too tight.
Wow.
So he has to shed his shell to grow another one.
Wow.
But then that process happens again. He grows more, and he has to get rid of the shell. He doesn't get rid of the shell until it gets uncomfortable. When it gets uncomfortable, he has to get rid of the shell in order to get a new one.
Right.
But he doesn't know to get rid of the shell until he gets uncomfortable. And that's when he goes to the transformation. And I was thinking about us, and when it gets uncomfortable, that's the growth period.
Yes.
That's the growth time. And
yes.
if the lobster had a doctor, he might not ever grow, because he'd go to the doctor as soon as he felt some pain or discomfort, and he'd get some medicine. He'd get something to band-aid it up. Instead of going through, instead of going through, we got to grow through the process.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Don't get me flown over here.
Yes. Come on.
We talking about change here.
Come on. And that's what you are bringing to people's lives, when and not just the fitness, the physical fitness, but I've listened to you, and you want, it's a holistic approach.
Yes.
And that's what makes what you're doing so phenomenal, because there's not many people out here that are taking that holistic approach, because we have to recognize that we are whole beings. And that's why I got my life coaching certification as well.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to take a holistic approach to helping the people that I help in business, in being able to say, okay, we're going to establish your business, but I know you have a family at home. So I know that you still have to deal with this, and I know that you still have to work it. How can I position you so that you have priorities and you can do priority management, instead of time management? I like the John Maxwell. Yeah, I like his philosophy about priority management.
I like that, yeah.
Because what John Maxwell said is an oxymoron for you to say that you can manage time.
Right.
Because you don't own time. You can only manage that which you own. So you own your priorities.
Come on.
Yeah.
And that is just a simple shift, a slightly different look at it.
Yeah.
But that slightly different look will give you a totally different outcome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you have to determine, you still get that same amount of time, but you have to determine what you will do in the order in which you will do it based on the importance and urgency of that task. Now, that's the only thing you have control over within the allotted time that you have been given. And when we say that we don't have time for something, then we are slighting the very God that gave us the time, because we're saying that he didn't give us enough of something in one day. Yes, he did.
What?
For what it is that he has given you to do. If when you talk about your plate is too full, let's do an assessment of what's on your plate.
My goodness.
Let's look at it. Let's really see if we can't move some TV time off of your plate. Come on. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm that one. I don't watch TV. Haven't watched it since 2006. I know that sounds crazy, but if I look at it, it's because I'm over somebody's house or at a restaurant or something. I don't even have cable. I don't have it because I don't have time for it. What I like to do in my leisure is read. You are focused, Dr. T. You are. I like to read, but I've always liked to read ever since I was a little girl. Now I go to the movies, and I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is we have to prioritize things.
Yeah, you said it.
We have to prioritize things.
And you are on point. What's up, Patricia Rogers? She said, I like that growing through. She said, what's going on? Marcy said, amen. You know Marcy McDowell? Is that your people?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
That's Mercy.
Oh, Mercy. Okay,
Yeah.
and the have mercy on me because these classes aren't that good, obviously. Okay,
It's
Mercy.
okay.
Mercy. We got Joy Terrell's in the house. What's up, Joy? We got some good people on here, and I'm here with
Yes.
Dr. T. We're talking about change, we're talking about adjustments, we're talking about being ready in and out of season.
Yes. Yes.
You never know when it's your season. Just be ready. You don't know when it's your season. Just be ready.
Absolutely.
If it's winter, wear your coat. If it's raining, get the umbrella. Just be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. And
Absolutely.
what city are you in?
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, Tampa, Florida. Okay. Pat, where are you at? I think Pat's in Florida too. No, she's in Miami. She's in Miami. So, folks, if you just tuned in, we're going in. We're going in here, and if you got any questions, throw them in the comments. If this is good, just type in good stuff. Just type in good stuff. We're gonna keep it flowing. If you think this is some good stuff, just type in good stuff. The reason why I say that is because as you begin to engage, the Facebook people say, you know what? There's some good stuff going on over here. Let's show this in a few other news feeds. And this is how we begin to connect the message of hope and unity that we're talking and speaking and preaching today and reach the masses. Okay? Yes. Oh, Karen all the way from Hawaii, one of our Wellness Tribe members as well. Love it. Thank you for being on here. All right, so let's go into this poem today. I want to hear this poem.
Okay.
Let's hear this poem. What is the title?
Sir?
I said, what is the title? I'm going to pull it up here.
Change. Yes.
Here it is. All right.
Change. I'm talking completely rearranged. No, I'm not deranged, but arranged in his image. But you are talking conforming. I'm talking transforming. Like from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Like a seed blooms into a flower in its finest hour. By the renewing of my mind, not just one time, but daily, I change my mind. But you were talking, you've changed, as if that is a bad thing. No, you don't know me anymore. No, I'm not like before. Just wait until you see the rest he has in store. I've changed. You stay the same. You should up your game. You should do the same. I mean a complete upgrade in Jesus' name. I've been changed by the one who doesn't change, by the one who stays the same. Yes, yesterday, today, and forevermore. Oh, yes, there's even more. More of him and less of me. That's me, multifaceted and dynamic, not static, but ecstatic to give him glory. Well, you do know that's not the end of the story. You ask, how do you do it? I think for a change, and then like Nike, I just do it. I don't just think it, I speak it. I don't just talk it, I walk it. He gave me breath so I can breathe it. I can see so I can live it every day. Wow. He's the potter, I'm the clay. He knows the way, he made me. So on the potter's wheel, I'll stay so he can change me. I'm talking completely rearrange me. Change is constant. So as I embrace change, change embraces me. By the way, change ain't free. It costs the old for the new. So yes, I've changed, and so should you. Wow. Never stagnation, but transformation, reformation, restoration, and manifestation through revelation causes a revolution. For the change in you and me will change a nation. To change generation after generation. Change.
Man. Oh, man. Come on.
To God be the glory.
God be the glory. Change, rearrange, it may all seem strange, you know? We
Come
all
on,
in the same.
flow with it. I know you got some bars.
Man, that was good. That was good. We got some hand claps over here. Joy got her hand claps. Carla got a thumbs up. That's powerful. Sentimental.
Yes.
Sentimental. I love that. I love that.
Wow.
How long did it take you to write that? Was it a day? Was it over a week? Was it a moment?
No, it's probably about 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay. So when you write, you go into the flow and it's flow all the way out.
Yes. Yeah. I've written, and I started paying more attention Sometimes it only takes me like maybe 10 or 15 minutes lately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good. That's good, folks. We talk change. Oh
Yeah.
man, and let's give them some hope. Let's give you guys some hope here.
Mm-hmm.
When it starts to get uncomfortable, that means things are starting to happen.
Yes. Ooh.
Things are starting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a very interesting season for my life. This particular season,
You
right
too?
here.
Me too.
This has been one where I've been renewed, reconfigured, rearranged, restructured.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a remix. You understand? And
right.
It's interesting because I feel like my whole life, as I've been gaining knowledge along the way, that this is the season when it transforms into complete wisdom.
Mm.
And I think what happens is, as you're growing and learning and grow through change in different relationships, we're human. We learn as we go. We get to a certain point where you don't repeat the same mistakes. Mm. From your past experiences, you're able to make better decisions in the future. Mm-hmm. Your discernment meter is up.
Yes.
Which means you're making better choices, which gives you better outcomes.
Yes.
All right. And it doesn't happen overnight. It kind of like gradually happens. But when it does happen, you look like that overnight success. You know, if they think the band's overnight success, they don't realize they've been in the garage for 30 years. God's been working on us.
Yes.
For a time such as this.
Yes.
You know, and I'm glad that I met you.
Yes, likewise. Yeah. You know, that was through the famous Sharon Jameson, the very beautiful, and I mean, I love her.
Yeah,
she is such a dynamic woman.
She is
powerful woman.
Oh man, that Pat said that was truly awesome.
Oh,
that was truly awesome and very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, that. You know, when I look at this, look at this poem and, look at the different aspects of it, one thing that always stands out for me is change ain't free. Mm. It costs the old for the new. So what I like to really pull out is the element of exchange. Exchange. EX hyphen change.
I'm about to put that in here right now.
EX hyphen change. And so when I look at that, EX, that is an exit. You have to exit something in order for that change, in order to embrace the change.
Oh.
There is an exchange. Ooh. So when you exchange something with someone, just using it in very simple terms that even a 5-year-old could understand. If we exchange something, you have a toy and I have a toy, and we're going to exchange it. I'm giving up what I have in order to take what you have. Mm. And I think sometimes we try to change in areas without giving up any of the old stuff.
Oh, man.
We want to hold on to the comfort zone. We don't want to actually do a full exit, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good.
We don't want to do a full exit. We don't want to actually exchange. And I like to say, when God said, I will give you beauty for ashes. You get the beauty when you decide to turn into ashes.
Ooh. Okay. You get the beauty when you decide to turn into ashes.
When you decide to turn into ashes.
So you're basically saying, die to self.
Yes. There has to be a death process. Mm-hmm. There's a stripping that takes place.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I mean, we have to exchange our will for God's will. We have to exchange our plans for His plan. remembering that he's the one that created us.
Yeah.
So he has the plan. He knows the plan.
Beginning and the end.
And so, we have to make sure that we are willing to make that shift. But it is something that we have to make up in our mind. See, one thing is that I noticed with myself, I'm talking about me, okay? That way, nobody has to worry about, whatever, feeling any type of way. If this is you, then it's just you too, okay? I'm talking about me.
Right.
That if I do not fully make up my mind, Coach, like I can just jump on whatever bandwagon or whatever and just get on the next thing moving or whatever. Right. It's not going to work. If my mind, if I have not fully changed my mind, that's why we have to renew our minds daily. If I, excuse me, if I haven't fully made the decision to change my mind about that, we have to come out of agreement with the old paradigm and into agreement with the new paradigm. But once that change is made in my mind, I'm going to tell you, I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm straight up. Straight up. I mean, I was working on my dissertation. I mean, I was working on my doctorate degree in the hospital room when my son was in ICU and things like that. Wow. I was writing papers. Wow. I mean, it was the Holy Ghost that was writing papers. Yeah, right. But I was writing papers were getting written. And I was under a high level of stress. That's why I'm like, when I think about it now, I'm like, wow, really? Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, But when I think about that, my mind was made up that I was going to complete the degree. My mind was made up.
Goal of mind. You had to cover. You had to cover the puzzle box cover.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we have to decide that we're going to live the life of a finisher, no matter how many times we got to start over.
Wow.
No matter how many times. I want to encourage people on here. It doesn't matter. Coach is going for 1 billion healthy. He's going for 1 billion healthy. You want to be on that healthy team and get on board with him. Listen, make up your mind again tonight, today, to start over. Yeah. And it's okay. And have the spirit of a finisher. So what? You didn't finish last time. I didn't either. Right. I lost 50 pounds last year. I had never been that close to my goal before. And turn around and put 25 more back on. 25 back on of the 50 I lost. But I realized that it was the same thing that came again in high levels of stress.
Oh, man.
And so, every so often, I'll have these great successes, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever. Right. Over a period of time. But I noticed that my mind could not have been completely changed on the situation. Right. Because I would have come out completely out of agreement with those habits. And so I had not come out of, you have to despise the habits.
Ooh. Yep. Yep.
You have to literally hate the habits.
Your shoulds have to become
whatever
must.
They are.
Your shoulds have to transform into must. It can't be I should lose weight. I should go to the gym. I should stop drinking. I must.
I must.
I must. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So listen, what we're gonna do, Dr. T, your big tip. I'm gonna show this 60-second commercial because we just started our 40 for 40 challenge today.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you guys a little 60-second commercial. Basically, essentially, this thing is 40-day process. It takes 30 days to form a habit, 40 days to master one. So what we're talking about today has a lot to do with our program. We're not just about clean eating, nutrition, and exercise. We're about a mindset shift. And so we go through this whole entire transformation process in 40 days, and we give you a regimen. So check this video out. When we come back, Dr. T is going to drop the big tip in your soil. Back in a second.
Wow.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a horse.
No, not a horse. Not a tiger.
Superhuman is who we're going to be. Superhuman. How do you become a superhuman? Mentally, physically, spiritually. 3 areas of your life you want to be super. Eating super foods, having a super mindset, and being super connected to God. We'll show you 40 days. Take the 40 for 40 challenge. Let's go. 40 for 40. There you go, folks. The 40 for 40 challenge starts today. Now, look, you can start any day, but we are collectively as a community starting on this day, and it's 40 days. You have a meal plan, a grocery list. Now, I was going to the grocery store the other day, and I was looking. I saw somebody walking around with a grocery list, and I asked her. I said, I walked her to her, and she looked at me kind of strange at first, but then I just kept smiling, hoping that smile would transcend, and it did. I said, would you like to have a grocery list on your phone so you can just pull up? Would it be easy instead of just writing it down? Would you like to be able to just speak your grocery list and have it? She's like, yes. So what we've done is we found out what people like and just put it in the program. That's the one thing about listening to your customers and users. Find out what they want and give it to them. So that's what we're doing, folks. Click the link down in the comments and join the challenge. Ask Karen out there in Hawaii. It works. So Dr. T, drop that big tip on us. What is that word, that phrase that pays?
Okay. So it's more or less taking you on a journey, okay? And we have to journey every day from better to our best. And then our best has to get better.
Ooh.
And so in that, we have to embrace change. Change has to be embraced. Okay? And in order for that to take place, the information and the knowledge that we get must not just be this head knowledge, or it has to be illuminated. It has to be illuminated. It has to become revelation. In our spirit, in our soul. We have to embrace it.
Right.
Okay? So that it becomes truth. Because we know that the truth will what?
Set you free. Set you free.
Okay, so your deliverance or your freedom is in your decision. And so once you make the decision to move forward, once you embrace that revelation, it will cause the revolution in your life. What is a revolution? So revelation causes a revolution. What is a revolution? It is a complete and sudden change. It causes a revolution.
Wow.
Once that revolution is caused, guess what happens? Evolution.
Whoa.
You evolve.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah. So you increase, you evolve, you go up to the next level or next dimension. Okay? And so it is a journey. It is a process. And you can actually go through this every day. You can go through this. You can go through this process every single day when you embrace the revelation, the wisdom, and the revelation of the knowledge that you are receiving. This man of God gets on every morning and gives you motivation, gives you some new thoughts. You can take those new thoughts and it can become revelation. It may be something that you've already heard before, but until it is really illuminated in your spirit and you've actually heard it, that's that he to have an ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
You actually heard it,
Right.
okay, and you received it, then it that's when it will cause that revolution.
I love it.
And so we have to, I'm like, I had to ask the Lord, like, do we wake up like completely dumb every morning? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that we do, but I'm like, I think,
Yeah.
because we got to renew our minds daily.
Daily.
I just really believe something happens.
All right, listen. Sometimes we gotta renew that thing a few times a day. Okay.
I'm like, I can't do all things through Christ who strengthens.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite scripture.
Uh-huh.
Why would I say I can't do this? Duh.
Right. Right.
No, you can do it. So you got to tell yourself again. Like, okay, thanks.
Keep telling yourself. Keep telling you. They say that repetition is the mother of mastery. So
Yeah.
let's keep on keeping on.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh man. Well, this was a pleasure. We're gonna do this again.
Okay. I'm on.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again because we can teach on a variety of things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all things related to growth.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely love the way you think. I really do. It was one night you got like real deep. I was like, oh yeah, because you're talking about the analysis and things like that, being able to analyze. And so I love all of that.
Amen. Amen.
My brain goes. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. I know. I get giddy on that stuff too, because it makes sense. I love when you can go deep into science and psychology, but then you can make it practical. And then you can apply it. So you learn something, but then you can immediately apply it, and you see it work.
Absolutely.
Oh wow. Okay. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how we were designed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that our eyes and our ears don't filter? They don't.
They don't.
We can't unsee anything and we can't unhear anything. So once we hear it and once we see it, it's hard. That's why we have to guard these gates.
Right.
Because it can't be undone. And so it's automatic. The images, that everything that you hear, everything just floods in. And it's unguarded. Wow. Now we know that that's a positive and also a negative. When we think about it in a positive way and we're feeding, these gates, positive things, then all of these things can come inside and it will grow. They will be seeds to grow and to help us to evolve and to develop into what we are supposed to be at the end of it all.
At the end of it all. Beautiful. How can folks get in contact with you? What's your best platform, and what are your handles, or what is your best way of reaching Dr. T?
Yeah, so since we're here on Facebook, let's go with Facebook.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Tylisha Johnson. So it's Dr. No space Tylisha, Tylisha, space Johnson. And I also have a website for Transcending Horizons Enterprises. I have a Facebook as well as a website. My website, I would like for you to go there because I do a blog as well. I'm in the Power of Words series.
Ooh.
And that website is www.transcendinghorizonsent.com. www.transcendinghorizonsent.com, and we'll put this in the comments so that you will be able to go there and click on it. But please, you can follow me on IG as well, Transcending Horizons ENT, on Instagram. I am on Instagram also as God is Love _TJ. But it's just much easier if you would just get everything from my website. It's all there.
That's awesome. Dr. T, thank you so much for being on the FitWorld Live at 9 show. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being authentic.
Yes.
Thank you for answering the call. Thank you for weathering the storm. Thank you for being born.
Yes. Woo! Thank God.
Thank God.
Yes.
Thank you. We need more. We need more. We need more of us. And so I believe that's what we've been called to do. I believe in being fishers of men. It's not just
Yes.
go out there and catch people and bring them in, but it's bring them in and help them find the change in themselves.
Yes.
And help them find it because we're all evolving.
Yes.
I like that revolution. What was that? What was that process again? 'Cause I try
Yeah,
to
so
remember
it's revelation. Revelation to revolution causes an evolution.
Revelation, revolution, evolution. That is the process. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yes,
Folks,
absolutely.
this was a great show. If you just tuned in, when this thing ends, go back and watch the replay. It was definitely some nuggets in here, some seeds for the soil. Follow Dr. T. Watch her
Yes.
lives, and just if you want to be, there's enough garbage out here. There's enough junk. There's enough things that will poison your irrigation eye gates. If you're looking for something to replenish your spirit, here you go. So thank you, sister, for being on.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Coach. I really appreciate
anytime.
it.
Thank you for the compliments because you know the world gets kind of crazy sometimes, and very often even those who walk into the light can find themselves in these dark places. You know, and so it's always good to hear that people appreciate and they're getting some good stuff. So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being who you are and encouraging others. And I believe in your dream to 1 billion healthy, and I believe that is surely going to come to pass. God's going to blow your mind with that.
Amen. Received. Received times infinity.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you for watching the show. And remember, the future is what you do today. So do something today that will impact your tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you. God bless.